Today we are discussing a significant change in the UK's immigration policy that affects many refugees seeking British citizenship. New guidance states that anyone who enters the UK illegally, having made a dangerous journey, which could be via boat, but also by means such as hiding in a vehicle, will normally be refused citizenship regardless of the time that has passed. Previously, refugees who had arrived by irregular routes would need to wait for 10 years before being considered for citizenship. But let me give you a little background so that you understand this in detail. In the UK, when someone applies to become a British citizen, there's a process called naturalization. In that, you must prove that you have a good character. This means that you have followed the law and have not been involved in serious wrongdoing. So when you applied for British citizenship, you had to prove that there was no criminal offence against you and that you were of good character. This is the same process for everyone who aims to apply for British citizenship. Recently, the UK government updated its guidelines on what good character means, especially concerning how a person entered the country. New government rules will make it almost impossible for people who arrive in the UK by dangerous journeys to become British citizens. Guidance now states that anyone who enters the UK having made a dangerous journey, which could be via small boat, but also by means such as hiding in a vehicle, will normally be refused citizenship regardless of the time that has passed. Previously, refugees who had arrived by irregular routes would need to wait for 10 years before being considered. This change will affect applications for British citizenship submitted on or after February 10th, 2025. These changes do not affect people making asylum applications or prevent people from being granted refugee protection. So if you want to know what the new announcement is, how it impacts you, and what date the new change will be implemented, make sure to stick with me as I'm going to cover everything in detail. What's the new update? As of February 10th, 2025, the Home Office has changed its rules. Now, if you or someone you know entered the UK illegally or took a dangerous journey to get here, like crossing the channel in a small boat or hiding in a vehicle, their application for British citizenship will usually be denied, no matter how long ago they arrived. This is a shift from the previous rule, which considered such entries only if they had happened within the last 10 years. Most people who enter the UK on small boats are eventually granted refugee status. A majority of those granted refugee status eventually claim British citizenship. Seeking UK citizenship costs around £630 per application, and there is no right of appeal against a refusal. This is a big change for illegal migrants who are in the UK and were planning to apply for British citizenship from February 10th, 2025. So, if you're concerned about how this might affect an existing or future citizenship application, please reach out to immigration firm. Now, let's move to the next part of the video and understand the implications of this new change. You'll be surprised, but this change could affect at least 71,000 refugees who have already been granted asylum in the UK. These individuals who have started new lives here may now face barriers to becoming British citizens. Without citizenship, they might struggle with certain rights and opportunities, such as voting or accessing specific services. Now, let's move to the next part. How are people reacting to this news? This policy update has sparked a lot of discussions and concerns. It's important to understand these changes, especially if you or someone you know might be affected. This change has been condemned by the Refugee Council and some Labour MPs, including Stella Creasy, who said the change meant refugees would forever remain second-class citizens. The change means that anyone deemed to have entered the country illegally, including those already here, will not be able to apply for citizenship. One Labour MP has joined charities in calling for the government to reverse the guidance with immediate effect. Home Office insiders said the guidance rules were tightened so that the governments replace the bank. That's all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.